Hello all, welcome to Paritranaya. In this video, we shall discuss about IAS exam pattern. We often call it as IAS exam, but it is actually Civil Services exam. Civil Services exam conducted by UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. So through this exam, recruitment happens to 15 to 20 different services like IAS, IPS, IRS, Postal Service and so on. But among these various services, the most often or the famous one is IAS. So that's why often it is referred as IAS exam. So in this video, we shall discuss about the exam pattern of this Civil Services exam. This Civil Services exam, it is conducted in 3 stages. One is prelims, mains and interview. So aspirants who clear prelims, they go to mains. Aspirants who clear mains, they go to interview. So in prelims, there are 2 papers, General Studies paper 1 and General Studies and CSAT paper. Okay, CSAT paper. So in prelims, the question paper is of objective type. So we have to tick the answers. Whereas in case of mains, it is subjective type, where we have to write the answers. So let us look step by step the papers involved in prelims and next mains and finally interview. So in prelims, there are 2 papers. The first paper is paper 1, which is also called as General Studies paper, and the second paper is called as paper 2 or also Civil Services Aptitude Test or CSAT paper. So paper 1, it consists of 100 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. So that's why totally for 200 marks. And the negative marks involved here is 1/3. So that's why it's 0.66. Okay, 0.66, because 1/3 of 2 is 0.66. For every wrong answer which you make, wrong choice which you make, so 0.66 marks will be deducted from the final marks which you get. So here negative marks is 1/3 or 0.66 marks. When it comes to paper 2, there are 80 questions. Each question of 2.5 marks. So 80 into 2.5 is 200 marks. Now here negative marking is again 1/3, but 1/3 of 2.5 is 0.83 marks. So if you make a wrong choice in paper 2, then 0.83 marks will be deducted from the final marks which you get. So this is about paper 2. Now when it comes to cutoff, what is cutoff? So people or aspirants who secure these minimum marks, they itself will go to next stage, that is mains. So what is that minimum required marks? That is called as cutoff. So this cutoff is different for paper 1 and paper 2. For paper 2, the cutoff, it remains same irrespective of the year. Whether you appear in 2020, 2021, 22 or 23, every year the cutoff remains same. And that cutoff is 66.67 marks. That is, out of 200, you have to get 66.67 marks. Even if you get 0.5 marks less, even if you get 66.5, then you will not qualify to mains. On top of this 66.67, whether you get 67 or whether you get 199, it will not make any difference. So here the basic marks which you are supposed to secure is 66.67. So every year it remains same. Whereas coming to paper 1, the cutoff, it changes every year. So approximately it is 90 to 100. Now the present trend is the cutoff is somewhere close to in between 90 to 100. So if you look at 2022 cutoff, then it is somewhere it is close to 88. So cutoff was close to 88 in 2022. So every year it changes. Okay, every year it changes, and this cutoff is with respect to general merit. So cutoff varies according to category as well. For general merit, it is 88, and it will be bit less when it comes to OBC, and again less when it comes to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So cutoff will be different for economically weaker section. It will be different for what physically challenged candidates as well. So here we shall discuss by taking general merit into our account. So for general merit candidate, so he has to secure 88 marks. So he has to secure more than 66.67 marks. And he has to secure more than 88 marks in paper 1. Now important thing to remember here is, when it comes to paper 2, there is no category wise cutoff. There is no separate cutoff for general merit, OBC, SC, ST, etc. So all of them, they have to secure this minimum marks of 66.61 marks. Whereas in paper 1, so cutoff varies based on the category. So those who get more than 88 and more than 66.67 in prelims, so they are qualified to appear for mains. So they are qualified first stage. Now they'll be going to second stage. Okay, second stage. So how many candidates will go to second stage? So again, every year it varies. But if you look at the 2018 report, so approximately around 11 lakh people will fill the prelims form. So among those 11 lakhs, somewhere around 5 to 6 lakh will appear for the examination. And among these 6 lakh, around 10,000 people will clear prelims and they will appear for mains. They'll become eligible to appear for mains. Now, when it comes to prelims, again we need to understand about the number limits on the number of attempts and age. So when it comes to general merit, the number of attempts that a person can give is 6 attempts and the maximum age limit is 32. Okay, age limit is 32. For OBC, age limit is 35 and the attempts allowed are 9. When it comes to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, so age limit is 37. So there is no limitation on the number of attempts. So these things also we have to keep in mind. So now after clearing prelims, they go to mains. In mains, they have to write 9 papers and all these papers are of subjective type. So subjective type means they have to write the answers. So each paper will be of 3 hours duration. So language papers, so regional language 1, English 2. So one compulsory English paper will be there, so which all of us we have to write. Okay, right. Similarly, one regional language paper. So for example, aspirants from Karnataka, they will write Kannada language paper. Similarly, from Tamil Nadu, they will write in Tamil, and students from Punjab, they will write Punjabi. So it varies. Okay, it varies. Now, I'll take Kannada as an example. So one compulsorily Kannada exam we have to write, and another one is English. Okay, so 2 exams. Next. Okay, so these 2 papers are qualifying papers. So what is qualifying? So this regional language, so Kannada paper is for 300 marks. Similarly, English paper is also for 300 marks. 300 marks. So qualifying in the sense you have to get just 75 marks in each of them. 75 marks you should get in Kannada paper, and in English paper also you should get 75 marks. So if you get 75 each, it means you are qualified in these 2 papers. So only when you qualify in these 2 papers, then your other papers will be evaluated. Your other papers will be evaluated. And these 2 papers, they do not have any kind of influence on your final rank. So in order to determine your rank, so these marks of Kannada and English will not be taken into account. So these marks are just qualifying, and only when you qualify in Kannada and English, then your other papers will be evaluated. It means for our rank determination, the important papers are the papers which have been listed here. So there is one essay paper 1, next 2, paper 1, paper 3, paper 4, paper 5, paper 6. In optional we have paper 6, paper 1, so paper 2. Okay, so totally 7 papers. So one is essay, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, next paper 4, and in optional again we have 2 papers internally, paper 1 and paper 2. So in detailed about the syllabus we will be discussing in a separate video. So here all these papers, they carry 250 marks each. So here 250 marks into 7 papers. So what is the total? 1750 marks. 1750 marks. So how much marks you get out of 1750 is very important, because based upon that we'll be able to or it will have an influence on your final rank. So the marks which you get out of 1750 is very important. So a person, here also we have cutoff. Here also we have cutoff. So a person who gets or secures the minimum marks, he will be eligible to appear for interview. Again, when it comes to cutoff, it varies for general merit, OBC, SC, ST and so on. But here in our discussion, I will only consider general merit into account. So a general merit candidate, generally every year it varies, but approximately he has to secure more than 750 marks. So cutoff will be somewhere around 750 marks. So a person who gets more than 750 marks, he will become eligible to appear for interview. So let us consider an example. Let us move ahead with the help of an example. So let us take 4 candidates. Candidate 1, candidate 2, candidate 3, candidate 4. So as I mentioned, among the 11 lakh candidates who appear for prelims, only 10,000 will qualify for mains and they will appear for mains. Among these 10,000 people, only 2,500 people approximately, they will become eligible to appear for interview. So here I have taken these 4 examples from the 2,500 people who are appearing for the interview. So let us assume these 4 people, obviously they have to get more than cutoff marks, and the cutoff marks is 750. So let us assume person 1 has got 760 marks, person 2 has got 770 marks, so person 3 has got 780 marks, and person 4 has got 800 marks. 800 marks. Now these 4 people, when they go for interview will be conducted for 275 marks. Now there are chances that different candidates will get different marks, so based upon their performance. So let us assume out of 275 marks, person 1 will get 210 marks. Person 2 will get, let us assume, 150 marks. Person 3 will get, let us assume, 180 marks. Person 4 will get 160 marks. 160 marks. So here, in order to determine the final rank, the marks which they have got in mains plus the marks which they have secured in interview, so both of them, they will be added together. So now when I add together, I will get 760 plus 210, 970. So next 770 plus 150. So here 930. Next 960, and here also 960. 800 plus 160, 960. So here what I will do, I'll just change it. So here they got 960, 800 plus, I'll say 165. Okay, 165. So they'll get 965. Okay, 965. So these are the final marks of the 4 candidates: 970, 930, 960, 965. Now a person who has got less marks in mains, what finally his rank might improve because of his good performance in interview. So here, who is the first rank? 970. Person who has got 970, he is the first rank. So 965, second rank, 960, third rank, 930, fourth rank. Okay, fourth rank. So this is how the ranks are allotted: 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now based upon the ranks and based upon the priority, services will be allotted. So if a person who has got first rank, and if he has opted for IAS, then he'll get IAS. So if a person has opted for IPS, then he'll get IPS. Now some people, for example, person has got 100th rank and he has opted for IAS. But if he does not get IAS, then whatever the second priority he has mentioned, that is IPS, he may get IPS or any other services. So this is how it works. So based upon this, service allocation will take place. So in this video, we discussed about the pattern of the examination: prelims followed by mains followed by interview. In the subsequent videos, we will be discussing in detail about the prelims syllabus, about the main syllabus, and the performance or how interview is conducted. So all these things we will be discussing in detail. For all our further updates, subscribe to our channel and hit on the bell icon. Thank you.